is becoming a professional bass player. My name's Deborah and this is the video journal of my career transition. And that was me just having a practice on Michael Jackson's Rock With You for our upcoming Divine Funk gig on July the 18th. Let's switch the noise off. So I'm back from Ibiza with some very funny tan lines underneath all of this. We fell asleep in the sun on a beach by accident. Very silly, and at our age we should know better, but so I'm very red and white but otherwise very well, thank you. So what am I up to? It's the third Tuesday in the month, so I am off to Talking Low, which has been running now for just over 2 years. So I'm off to see my professional, full-time and semi-professional bass player friends up there and hear about everything that they've been up to. Now, I mentioned last time that I've got a radio show, and I'm really excited about that. So on the plane on the way home, I was really planning out what I'm going to play. The station is very much about DJs, which I am not. So I'm coming at this from a musician's perspective. The station is also very much about the curator of the show's passion for that music. So I would say what unites everyone that has a show on there is a passion for a certain kind of music, and mine is disco. So the show, Deeper into Disco, premieres on Wednesday the 1st of June. I've got my track list. I've sort of worked out how many tracks I'll be able to play. You know, I was about to say I've never done this before, but I did guest host the Glitter Show once on Southend City Radio. So I've done it once before and I really enjoyed that. And that was what made me think I'd like to do some radio. And then it would tie in well with everything we're doing here. So I've got my track list and I've got my genre, which is deeper cuts of disco, because it's not, it's a community radio station. It's not really a commercial one. It's, you know, you can't play sort of the things that all the stations play, nor would I want to. That wouldn't be very interesting for me. But as a musician, I actually have no idea how to work all the software that, you know, because I'm not going to be playing tracks live. It's a radio show. I'm going to be playing, I've got to record my links or do my links live. I'm quite comfortable doing links live actually, because, you know, you and I speak almost live twice a week. So I'm quite used to that now. But I've got to get in touch with the studio management and work out how I'm going to do this, because I'm like, yeah, let's do a radio show. And I've got, right, okay, we've got like 2 weeks to go tomorrow. And you don't know how that happens. I don't know I don't know how that happens. I don't know how you do it. So I've got to speak to the technical guys and find out how I load all my tracks in and things like that. But I'm very excited about that, and I think it will be a nice sort of complement to what we're doing with Divine Funk, to have a radio show that's all about disco. And I've been in touch with Ashdown Amps, and we're going to finish up our filming hopefully later on this week or early next week, because they fixed my amp, and we're gonna have another crack at listening to all the different sounds so that I can get my sound right. So the next gig is the 10th of July, and that's Truly Red at the Fickle Pickle. And I need to give the Truly Red band a little bit more focus. It's really nice now, actually, because the set is done and I've, you know, worked out all the music. I've recorded all the cues and the clicks and things like that. So we're ready to go, really. And it just needs finessing and polishing, and that's quite a relaxed place to be. That's primarily about bass playing, which is what this whole journey is all about. Last week when I was in Ibiza, I uploaded a version of the Truly Red promo that actually I'm really thrilled with, but that's because I can see it in high resolution. The guys at Coldbridge Films reminded me that Actually, what I uploaded for you was a very low resolution one because I didn't want to take up too much space on my phone. So at some point I will put the really high resolution one up because it's a stunner. It's really good, and I'm really pleased with the sound because that is us live. And it's, yeah, I was really thrilled. It communicates how special the band is. Obviously, it goes without saying, it's not Simply Red, it's a tribute. That being said, you've still got some fantastic performers in there. I'm not particularly talking about myself, but our guitarist Michelle is brilliant. You know, I'm really happy with the quality of every musician in there. You know, Georgina is such a superb performer on backing vocals and sax, and just dancing and being her great showbiz self. And Ollie, I mean, everybody did well recording that promo. So I'm delighted with that. And we're looking at also sort of arranging food for that evening. But it's just nice to be in the position where I can relax and really get to know the tracks. I know them well anyway from my teenage years, but I can spend time rehearsing the bass line. So it's taken a lot of work and a lot of organisation to get to the point where the management side a little bit can take a back seat and the bass playing can take the priority, like, oh, hallelujah. Then for the 18th of July, it's Divine Funk. We've got a few we think we've got a Depp trombone and Depp saxophone, and I'm really looking forward to those. Marley Sheard and Joe Evans, that's going to be absolutely super. And Ollie, our head of horns, is working with them to rehearse and get that all up to speed. It's the summer party, so we've got we're going to be doing Wham, Club Tropicana, we're going to be doing Spinning Around by Kylie, and we're going to be doing Rock With You by Michael Jackson, hence my practicing of it. And we're working on routines around summer parties. We're also creating a VIP flower garden for Jamie. And I'm going to include here a video of the backyard at the pub, which is very nice. And we've got to turn it into a flower garden. So we're going to start early with our DJ and the grazing boards that we've developed. And we're going to have, we'll be making your own Hawaiian lei, you know, those flower necklaces, but we're going to do them out of paper because I could order them very cheaply out of plastic on, you know, Temu or Shine or something like that. But part of what we're doing is to try and be as sustainable as we can. And so we're going to do cutouts out of paper, and you can make a paper lei rather than a plastic one. We're going to have a makeup artist there doing glow ups on people's face so that they can be part of the fun. And my sister-in-law, Mary, is making epaulettes for sale and things like that using recycled fabrics. So it's sort of building this, and you think, well, there's a lot going on there. And actually, the pub trade has really had trouble. I mean, the Railway Hotel is a fantastic and iconic venue for music in Southend, but as many people know, all pubs are really struggling. So I guess what we add, Glitterball, is that we don't just bring the band, we consult and work with the pub to provide the audience and the spend. So last time I bought a fantastic band and I bought the audience, but we need to help people be in the pub longer and spend a bit more so that the owner of the pub can make enough money to pay us and feel everyone's making a little bit, and the musicians are paid well, and the consumers, the guests feel like they've had a really good time, and the pub has made some money, and just make a nice sort of virtuous circle of people enjoying it and feeling like they've got good value for money, and it's been a really worthwhile experience. So I guess we are quite sort of top to tail on that at Glitterball, and that is something that's very different about working with us to working perhaps with other bands. But I will let you know how that goes. Right, I'm off to catch a train to Talking Low to see my fabulous bass playing pals and hear about their lives. So you take care. I'll be back on Friday and we'll catch up then. Okay, bye-bye.